What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I really do appreciate you tuning in today. We are back here in my 2006 Nissan 350z, and as you saw from the title, we're going to be talking about something that I get questions on all the time, and it's seriously one of the most important things that you should probably know if you're going to be looking for a 350z in the near future. So as you guys saw from the title, we're going to be talking about 3 different questions that you need to ask when you're looking for a 350z or a 370z. This kind of goes for all cars in general, but mostly the 350z, and I'll go over why in a second. But my name is Johnny. If you guys are new here, I'm 24 years old. This is my 350z. I also have a 91 Mazda Miata that I'm actually working on building as well. Right now I'm actually in the process of sanding and painting this whole 350z, so if you guys are interested in content like that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Before we get into this, I did make an entire buyer's guide, so once you're done watching this video, if you do have a few more questions you want answered, go ahead and watch that. I'll actually link it in the description down below so you guys can check that out at the end of the video. But first things first, let's get into it. What is the very first question you need to ask when you go and check out your 350z that you just found on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or wherever you found it? The first question you're gonna ask is, at least this is the first question I'm gonna ask, does the car burn oil? Because, let me rephrase. Does the car burn a lot of oil, or how often do you check the oil? You know, you wanna ask them a question that is not gonna catch them, how do I explain this? Some people don't know that these cars burn a lot of oil. And if someone's owned the car and they just don't know that the car burns a lot of oil, I mean, obviously you're supposed to get an oil change every 3 months, 3,000 miles. So it can be the case to where they don't drive it very often and they just get those oil changes when they should. And so they don't actually notice the oil burning issue, but definitely would check the oil as soon as you get there. Make sure when you do go, you're going in the morning or, before like midday, just so the oil is like the thickest it's gonna be, and make sure the car is cold. So this first question that you wanna ask, I know it kind of sounds like a lot, but are you changing it often? Does the car burn oil a lot? Definitely just make sure the person that owns the car knows that the cars burn oil, because oil is a huge thing, especially in the VQ, especially in the 350z, not so much in the 370z, but definitely in the 350z, especially the 05 and 06 cars, kind of like mine's an 06. It definitely goes through oil faster than most cars and probably most 350zs. So, just a huge thing you want to ask. You just want to test the owner of the car and just see if they know the car well or not. So that's basically that. The next thing you want to ask, the second must-ask question when going to see a 350z, I'm not gonna lie, most of the people that enjoy these cars or love these cars fell in love with them during Fast and the Furious, specifically Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, when DK is drifting his 350z through the parking garage. It's just an iconic scene, and obviously anyone that watches that scene is gonna fall in love with the 350z, and they portray what it does very well in that scene. So everyone wants to be DK, okay? Like, let's just not lie about that. Kind of going back to this, they're almost all modified. If you can find a stock 350z that has not been modified at all, not even a muffler delete or an exhaust kit, that is super rare, and it's usually because older people own them and they're in the garage and it's like a weekend car. If you can find a weekend car, that is your best bet. They're going to be a little bit more money because a car that's in that good a condition is going to last you probably a long time. Obviously, if you don't have a huge budget, you're probably gonna have to look for something that's been modified a little bit, but definitely look to see which modifications have been done. If it's been tracked specifically, basic modifications aren't too bad, like a shift knob and maybe an aftermarket steering wheel. Mostly what I'm talking about when I say if it's been modded or not is if it's been tracked. Like, you will know instantly if you look inside and if it's been tracked. Usually there's been like weight reduction things. People take like random things out to reduce the weight. You'll notice a lot of interior pieces and like the hatch area like removed. Another thing would be like a roll bar. Check and see if the carpet has been pulled up and there's been like a roll bar bolted down that they took out, because that can be pretty easily hidden. You take the roll bar out, you put the carpet back, no one's probably gonna look for it. But obviously if you're looking for a 350z and you want it to last for a long time and you want to know the condition is in, definitely look for holes where the roll bar may have been, because people do that. So aftermarket wheels, you don't really have to worry about. One huge thing would be like if the person is saying that they have authentic, this is getting bright again, one sec. We did this in the last video and it seemed to work. Boom. All right, not bad, not bad. One thing I do see is like some people don't even know what's on their car because they buy the car modified and then try and sell it again in a few months or a year later. You can easily find Craigslist listings that say that there's, really high quality suspension on these cars. And you just don't want to be pushing the car and find out that it's actually cheap, like eBay suspension, and then you end up hurting yourself or hurting somebody else really on the road because of this listing that said something that wasn't actually true. So definitely look underneath the car if there's any modifications done. You really just want to know what mods are done and what mods have been done. If the person selling you the car doesn't like just tell you everything and they're kind of being like suspicious about it, probably a good idea to look for a different car, just because you just have no idea what has been done to the car. So obviously it can be kind of hard to look for, different modifications that have been done, but just look for the basic stuff. If it's not stock suspension, what suspension is it? If they're not stock wheels, what wheels are they? Stuff like that. If you do your research, you won't get hurt too bad. But so that's pretty much the second one. Just keep that in mind and you should be good. Third must ask question that you need to ask when you get there or when you're buying the car at some point throughout the time you're there. What does the Carfax look like? Is the title clean? Is it a branded title? This can be a huge deal also because there's been so many times online where people try and sell you a clean title car and it's actually salvaged because people forge titles all the time. And it sounds terrible that people would actually do that, but it happens. It happens especially with cheaper cars like these. Definitely try and get a Carfax for the car. So my dad is actually getting his dealership license. So like during the classes, he actually found that there's actually a place you can go online. It's a government run website, so it's not like Carfax or anything. A lot of dealerships use it. All you have to Google is NMVTIS, and this actually stands for National Motor Vehicle Title Information System. I know it's like a super long title, but almost all car dealerships use this. They check the title of your car to make sure if it's been, a branded title or if it's a clean title. A branded title basically means anything that would make the car not clean. So that doesn't just mean salvage title. That means if it has like the police have been involved, if it's a non-US car, if it's a remanufactured vehicle. All rental vehicles even have branded titles on them. Obviously, if it's salvaged or rebuilt is a branded title. Also, if it's a lemon, it can be a branded title. So anything that's not a clean title will be branded title. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad car, but it doesn't even have to be like that it was crashed or something, and that it can be that they just owe taxes on the car or something. So if you're looking through the Carfax and you see that it does have a branded title, it should say exactly what happened and why it has that title. I would highly recommend just looking for a clean title car. There's a whole bunch of them out there. You just gotta look. Might take a little bit longer. A lot of 350Zs out there are salvage title just because, like we said about the modifications and the track days and stuff, like people just love to really drive these cars like they're meant to be driven. And sometimes accidents happen where it leads to like a branded title or something like that. So definitely we just make sure before you buy the car, what does the title look like? Is it clean? Is it not? Is it rebuilt? It should be pretty easy to find out. A suggestion I would give you before you go and like drive if the car's far, because sometimes used cars can be an hour and a half away. I know the Miata was, when I went and bought my Miata, it was like an hour and a half away, and I just, I didn't really want to get down there and find out that I didn't want the car because it's just a long way to drive, So this National Motor Vehicle Title Information System, that has the longest name ever, but it should help you out. Try to get the VIN number of the car before you go down and check it out, just so you can go on this website and check it out. You can also do it on Carfax too. So, any way you can find what the title of the car looks like is gonna help you out. So anyways, you guys, I hope you learned something in today's video. Go ahead and drop a comment down below if you've been looking at a Z recently. If you have any questions on your Z, I will go ahead and answer it for you. If you have any other video ideas, you go ahead and drop them down below in the comments and I'll make the videos for you as well. I love talking about this stuff. I love, helping people get into Zs because I think the 350Z is an insanely amazing platform for the price. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and I'll answer it for you. And then hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. I'm trying to hit 10,000 by the end of the year, and I need your help to do that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. All right, Jimmy Neutron back at it again. Just kidding. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I really do appreciate you tuning in today.